Pat, huh?
Right.
My dad was all right, so you ready for the big guy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys all relatives?
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any reason why we got four guys sitting here? Huh? Did these guys grab prison? Hold on. Is that a Dallas Cowboys shirt? Is it?
Looks like it.
Stand up. All those with the beers? Never mind. All right, ladies and gentlemen, maybe the biggest act in comedy ever. Big Johnager.
What the hell? This is going to be tough. No reinforcements. What the hell are you laughing at? Someday you may look like me. Didn't I pick on you the last time I was here? Who the hell are you? How y'all doing, guys? Give it up for Pat House and Anthony Aquilina. And by God, Chris Town. But she's the one who puts this together for me every time. I just, whatever. Hope I don't get electrocuted. Hi, Dad. Hi, Mom. I'm going to leave this, Justin. If I need my towel, you throw it, right? Okay. Can I get a beer? Everybody drink up. Buy some beers, damn it. We'll never be back here again. I'll buy a beer. Tina, can I have a beer?
Tina's here?
Oh, not my Tina. My Tina's Druish. Is that a spare chair next to you, bud? Nobody, can I have that chair? Oh, settle down. We'll get started in a minute. Woo! That's better. Don't spill it. All right, let's get this started again. Get this out of the way so you can see me. You're all assholes. I want you to know. Still trying this again. How are y'all doing? Good? I don't care. It's not that I don't love you. I do love you. I just don't care. I mean, when you're walking past somebody and say, how are you? All you want is somebody to say, fine, and move on. You're not my family. I don't want to know about a goiter operation. Just say fine and move on. How are you?
Fine.
Good. Oh, thanks, bud. Thanks, Pat. You had to make me bend over, didn't you, you prick? Oh, it's been rough. So welcome to my life. Here I am. I left the brown state. That's what Nevada is, the brown state. I'm not living in Nevada. I'm renting in Nevada. I don't think anybody wants to stay there. It's a bunch of inbreds. I think it's from the nuclear blast. They're all crazy out there. I want to take every driver in Reno and bring them to Philadelphia. They'll all die in 2 days. Because they're assholes. Reno is New Jersey West. That's how bad they drive. No clue. And there is an air of entitlement out there where they walk out in front of you because they know it's a crime to hit you. I want to bring them out here where they target you. I do. They're crazy. I hate it. I hate it. Everybody asks how's it hanging? 2 inches don't hang, so it just sits there. Then they tell me, have a good one. I have a good one. It works. I want a longer one. That's the key. See, previous joke, please. it's fun. It's fun. I mean, it's terrible what people say when you're fat, but it's fun to go up to people, like at the checkout counter. I always ask them, can I jump up on a scale and see how much I weigh? Not like this. The bag boy's laughing his ass off because he knows if he loses his job, he can get another one, no problem. Clerks are scared to death. Justin, throw me a towel, will you? Thanks. Anyway, before we get going, there's a couple people who've been to Afghanistan back. Greg, my cousin, and Brandon Walsley is here. Give him a hand. Anybody else in the military? Good guys. I'm trying to get over there and do an overseas comedy tour, but apparently, and none of those helicopters can lift my ass anywhere. Bastards. Yeah, and it gets bad. I'm getting terrible. There was a Walmart shooting in Reno about 8 months ago. And I don't know what it is, but anytime there's a tragedy, everybody wants to be connected. You see this stuff? A girl comes running up to me at work. She goes, there was a shooting at Walmart. I was almost there. I was so scared. Shouldn't that be the way you feel every time you go to Walmart? I was so scared. And I gotta watch how I dress now. I'm getting old enough to end up one of those Walmart emails for fashion statements. Have you seen those things? You know what I'm talking about. I'm not wearing them leopard leotards anymore, I'll tell you that. Oh my God. I'm so frightened that one day we'll see one of those emails and it'll be one of my family members. And it's terrible. I'm getting older now. It's bothering me because, again, the hair on top of my head is not growing at all. However, I do have a mohawk on my back. My eye hair, ear hair, and nose hair is growing wild. I'm sitting at a computer just typing along, and I see a shadow. What the hell is that? I go into the bathroom, and eyebrow hair had grown 8 feet in 2 minutes. I'm not going to cut it. I'm afraid that son of a bitch is going to come back. I wrap my finger, I go pull it out. I wrap my finger, I go pow. I kick myself right in the ass. And apparently all my hair is connected. Growing older is not fun. I don't like it. I hurt myself getting up from the toilet. It's not like I did a dismount. I'm sitting there, muscles are spasming and not the right muscles. I don't know. Oh. And friends, talking to your friends as you're getting older, it's funny as hell, Because I talk to them, and your friends start dying, so you have to tell them, hey, Terry, Joey's dead. Really? I just spoke to him last week. Well, I'm sorry that your godlike substance coming out of your throat didn't save his ass. Hey, Billy, Joey's dead. Really? I just saw him. Yeah. Well, apparently your godlike gaze didn't get him. I always like to tell Gus stuff. You tell Gus something like, hey, Joey's dead. He says, son of a bitch, he owes me $50. You want to see that shit again. My Aunt Sis and Uncle Mike are here. She's been married 61 years. He's been silent for 50. Okay. It's a bugger, and I hate getting old. In Reno, there was a beautiful African-American prostitute walking down South Virginia Street last winter. She had on a body stocking. Gorgeous woman, beautiful body. All I could think of was, oh my God, she's got to be freezing. Not how much, not even if I could get it, it's just I got to give her a coat. And they talk about wrinkles. I have none, they're filled out. But if I had wrinkles... No, men, did you hear this now? Men, there's creams and lotions for men to get rid of wrinkles now. Did you hear this? Unbelievable. I know it works, though. You know how I know it works? Because I'm 53. but I have a 23-year-old penis. I've been using creams and lotions on my thing for 30 years. It's brand new. It works. Oh, yeah. Once in a while, I still have to run my thumb up my ass and yell, snake! Get it out front. But it works. And then somebody told me about Tux pads. Ladies, did you hear about this? Tux pads? If you have eyes that are swollen, you can put Tux pads on them because it shrinks tissues? Yeah, do them before you put them on your hemorrhoids, though, because everybody calls you a shithead now. Yeah, I've had a rough time. I don't know if you know it by looking at me, but I was a beekeeper. Wow. Part-time beekeeper. My bees wouldn't give honey. I don't know why my bees wouldn't give honey, but they just wouldn't give honey. I decided to call my friend in Mexico City. I said, please, send me some bees that will work for me, because my bees won't work. They won't make any honey. So he sent me 1,000 bees in a van. It wasn't the problem. The millions of bees that followed the van over the fence and under the fence and over the river came over, but my bees still wouldn't make honey because the Jewish bees next to me hired the Mexican bees to be gardener bees. So now my bees won't make any honey and the Mexican bees are gone. So I said, okay, what's next? Well, let's try send me some African American bees. But they have a problem. They can't land on a flower because they've got too much bling and too much junk. They can't take off. So they just fly by the flower and grab their junk, drag it right through it. And of course, if they mate with my bees, then we got killer bees. So I had to get rid of that. Hang on, it gets worse. So I decided to get Asian bees, but of course nobody could tell the difference of who was the queen and who wasn't. So my bees are still not making honey, so I decided let's get some California bees. But everybody in California wants to be a queen, so that didn't work out. I tried to get Mormon bees, but of course there's one worker to 7 queens, so every worker was dying, so I couldn't get my bees to make honey. I finally got Irish bees, Dad. Irish bees, yeah. But they were worthless because they flew to the same flower every night and stayed until they fell off. My bees still ain't making any honey. I figured out that those of you who have children, anybody have children? I know, Greg, your child just turned 2, right? Yep. Terrible 2s. It goes along with 20s. Yeah. Let's face it, it does. Yeah. 2-year-olds and 20-somethings. Yep. They all like shiny objects. They all touch themselves all the time. They put the same thing in their mouths, however it doesn't give milk at this point. Would you like me to explain that to you? Someday. You know what I hate right now is I'm excited. Got a heart on and nobody notices but me. So we had my parents cremated. They fought it like hell, but I got it done. It took me 3 days to put that out. No, it's just really weird. It's not that I believe in zombie movies. It's just that if it ever does come true, I don't want them coming back without a lot of Elmer's glue all. When you get your parents cremated, it's really weird. I came out to Reno, and my mother had just died, and we took my mother's ashes to Reno. And all I could think of in the beginning was, where's her gold teeth? What happens to the gold teeth when they get burned up? Does that SOB down the funeral home take them? So now my sister's all pissed off because I used her good flour sifter to sift through Mom. Oh, don't judge me! Don't judge me! She was dead! Now I gotta figure out how to scatter the flour sifter sister along with the ashes. I'm moving out west. I've got $3,000 worth of equipment in the car. What did my sister take into the room every night? Mom! She said, I don't want anybody stealing her. What's the value of a box of ashes compared to a stereo system? Ridiculous. When Dad died, when we cremated Dad, he was pretty cool. He was nuts. We'll talk about him later. But we took my mom and my brother and his family. They all went up to the West Coast, and they were going to figure out how to scatter and where to scatter Dad's ashes. Now, you've never been with my mom on a trip, but if you had, you'd have killed her. But anyway, I think she took 935 bathroom breaks per hour. And she was sure where they were going to scatter the ashes, but she wasn't sure. So 5 hours later, she finally picks a spot. Now, my brother and the family are tired, and they're hot, and they're seething with anger. She gets out of the car. She takes the bag of Dad's ashes, and she goes to the two grandchildren. One's 3 and one's 6, I think. And she goes, here, scatter pop pop. And they're running to the car screaming because they think they're going to scatter pop pop like grass, and that son of a bitch is going to grow. So they scatter the ashes. My brother takes the last bit of ashes. Now this is on the West Coast where the big trees are, the sequoias, and he grabs the bottom of the ash bag and he's going to throw it. So he goes and he flings. And of course, you can't really predict the breezes coming off the ocean. So now my brother has my father in his eyes, his ears, his nose, spitting them out of his mouth. And my mother picks the exact moment to say, I don't think this is the right place to scatter him. Mark was sensitive. He was sensitive. He looked at her and he said, well, unless you got a fucking dustbuster, he's staying. My family. Dad was a trip. He really was. I was raised for child labor. First 7 years of my life, I thought my name was While You're Up. While you're up, give me a beer. While you're up, move along. How my dad had the first remote in '65, it was me. Get up and change the channel, you little bastard. Thanks, Dad. Yeah, on foggy days, he'd make us run between headlights to see if they were cars or motorcycles. Sometimes they were cars. He used to play softball in the middle of my grandfather's horse pasture. And one day I told his dad, I said, Dad, I gotta go to the bathroom. He says, go over by the fence. It was electric. I'm standing there peeing and shaking. Tears are calling down my... And they're all laughing like hell, because they must have done that to every cousin and every grandkid in the whole world. Now we all get excited at NV Energy trucks. Yeah, I asked him one time, I said, Dad, can we go to the zoo? He says, if the zoo wants you and your brother, they'll come get you. I grew up with guns and bows and arrows. Our whole family did. And of course, back then you were afraid of your parents, so you listened to them at some point in time. And he said, don't take out the guns unless it's to protect your mother. We could have died, but if Mom was in trouble. So he had this longbow. Now, a longbow is like a Robin Hood bow. It's really hard to pull. If anybody's ever gone bow hunting, it's the hardest bow you can use to pull. He had that, and he had these hunting arrows, which cost $195,000 a piece, according to him. And they had those 4 razor blades, so it would spin, it would go through everything. It was really cool. So he left for work, and he says, don't take anything out of the gun cabinet. Okay. He left. I grabbed one of the hunting arrows and the longbow, and me and 4 of my friends go outside. I want to be like Dad. So I pull back the bow as far as I can, and I let go of the arrow. Pow. Now, the first time a kid thinks of gravity is not when he's jumping off his parents' roof of a house with a make-believe parachute. Not even when he's peeing on his dog's head from the top of a tree. But that arrow turned around and started coming back down at us. And you've never seen 5 kids scatter so fast in your life. And apparently it could penetrate everything except the back door of a Chevy station wagon. Because it hit that mother and ricocheted off right into a tree. And I knew my father was strong because the 5 of us kids scared couldn't pull that arrow out. But when he was mad, he could. But he loved me because he beat me with a $195,000 arrow. So I wasn't going to tell this one, but it's the truth. Today is the anniversary of 1 year of me getting hit in the back end of my truck and rolling my truck. Yeah, rolled it right over. And it's a weird experience when you are rolled in a vehicle. I was in a Jeep. And so I'm sitting there and I'm just driving through an intersection. And all of a sudden I see out the corner of my eye, I see something coming. And they hit me right in the right rear, spin me sideways. And when I'm turning sideways, you always get these thoughts in your head. You're like, oh, this isn't good. This is going to be a problem. And then you start to go over. And it's like, oh, shit. This is really not good. And you hit, and I hit on the driver's side, and I kept rolling. And finally, I end up on the passenger side. Now, I had my seatbelt on. So I'm hanging there, and I figure I'm dead. Because there's rap on the radio. I wasn't listening to rap. I know I'm dead. If it was death metal, I knew I went to purgatory. But in this case, I was listening to rap. I'm hanging there like this. And a guy comes running up to the car and he says, "You just rolled over." No shit. Really? He says, "Yeah, you got to get out of there." All right, let me release the safety belt. Gravity works. I hit the ground on the passenger side's glass there. The only part I got cut was when I hit the ground, right? So I get up and he says, "You got to get out." Okay? All the doors are crushed. The only thing open is a sunroof in a Jeep. Have you ever seen a sunroof in a Jeep? I can't get out. He says, "There's gas all over the place, you gotta get out." Pow, I was out. Like a weasel, I fit through that hole, I don't know how I did it. So now adrenaline kicks in. If you've ever been in an accident, adrenaline just kicks in. I'm buzzing like a bumblebee, I'm all over the freaking place. And the EMT guy's trying to catch me, right? Mr. Egger, what? You gotta sit down. Why? I gotta take your blood pressure. Okay, so I sit down. He takes it. We gotta get you to the hospital. Why? It's 290 over 195. Oh my God. It's pretty high, Mr. Egger. I look over at him. Do you think maybe it's because I just rolled over? Take it easy, Mr. Egger. Take it easy. Relax. I said, "Give me 5 minutes, I'll breathe, I'll bring it down." Okay, I start to breathe. First cop comes over. I hate Reno cops. First cop comes over. "Mr. Egger?" "Yeah." "Were you drinking this evening?" "No." Walks away. Comes down a little bit. Second cop comes over. "Mr. Egger?" "Yes." "Were you drinking this evening?" "No, I was not drinking this evening. I told the other guy that." Okay. Sergeant comes over after 5 minutes. "Mr. Egger?" "Yeah." "Were you drinking this evening?" "Yes." All three of them perk up. I said, "You were? What?" I said, "I bought a $1.95 iced tea from McDonald's. It's all over my fucking car. You give me the money back?" Asshole. Because cops are getting younger these days, and I hate it. I hate it. They're getting to be pricks. They're not like when I was younger. I took the oath to protect and to serve, not to F and mutilate. And that's what they do anymore. I'm tired of these little bastards. One pulled me over, gave me a ticket, crawled back up into his booster seat, and drove off. I said, "Where's your gun?" He said, "Mom has it. She's on a drive-along." They're terrible. I know how to handle cops now, though. Tell you what you do. You carry a laser pointer everywhere with you. That's where I go. I take a laser pointer with me. You see 4 of them people in a row, you hit one of those cops right in the forehead with that laser pointer. You didn't see fat pricks drop donuts so fast. In the dirt. Oh yeah, it's horrible. God, I hope that wasn't something breaking. It was my knee. No, they're getting absolutely ridiculous. You know, I was a cop. I was a good cop. You know, I never lost a foot race. I used the car. Rough on stairs, but screw 'em, it wasn't mine. Well, they tell you when you have to get the cop job, you have to run like 2 miles in like 16 minutes. You know, and then they say, okay, you're okay, and then you give you 55 pounds of equipment to carry. I can run it anywhere. I got a gun and a car. Sooner or later, something's going to catch him. You know, I shot expert, non-expert, kid that was delivering newspapers, UPS. So I missed a few people there. It was rough. But I know how to get out of DUIs, like tonight for most of you people. If a cop pulls you over, here's what you do. Shit your pants. He pulls you over, you've been drinking, shit your pants. You wind down that window and he gets a whiff of that, he ain't pulling nobody out of that car. Let me get out, officer, no, move along. Just keep moving, sonny boy. Move along. I'll get out. No, get the hell out of here. Oh, there's so many stories. My good friend Jimmy Detweiler is here. You hear Jimmy? Jimmy's here. I was a cop in Hatfield for a while, and of course everybody who knew me would drive past me while I was directing traffic in 309, and they'd all hang out their windows and give me the finger as they went. Mostly when my sergeant was around. But if you all remember where Hilltown Center is now, that shopping market up there on 309, there used to be a go-kart track. All right, a long time ago up in the field, remember? So Jimmy Detweiler, it's late at night. There's people at the go-kart track. Jimmy sees me in the cop car. He waves me over. Stop, you know. So I pull up behind him, and we pull over to the pullover right at the go-kart track. I hit my lights and just leave once, and nobody will hit us. You know, we're off the side of the road. He comes out around the back of his car. I come walking up to him. I go to shake his hand. How you doing, Jimmy? He turns around. He yells at the top of his lungs, "No, officer, don't hit me again!" And he jumps on the hood of his car and bangs the back of it. 45 people in line all turn and look at me. I go, "Jimmy, stop! Jimmy, I'm trying to grab him, stop!" He jumps back on it, pow, hits me again. No more! Giggling the whole time. I look at him, "I'll get you later, you bastard." I get back in my car and I take off because I don't want anybody to get my badge number. I got him back though. He was driving a BFI roll-off truck. Oh my God. And I pulled a felony car stop in the middle of Hatfield. Shotgun and all. I'm out of the car backwards. He's laughing all the time because he knew I was going to get him. I wanted to do a strip search there, but figured that would go too far. And everything's changed here. When I was driving up from Philadelphia airport, I was getting scared. I thought I was in the wrong area because I haven't been driving up from there in a long time. And everything's changed. It's whacked. Right? But I do remember that now Hershey Lamp Company is now a mattress place. Do you remember that? Well, across from Yum Yum Donuts, across from North Broad Street, there used to be a small service gas station there, right? So I'm sitting in there in a cop car, and it's a marked cop car. It's the middle of the day. No big deal. It's got police written on it. Got the red and lights on top, you know. It says cop, red piece right there. And I'm just sitting there doing paperwork. But the red light was right in your vision. I'm 100 feet from the red light. I figured nobody's going to do anything, right? I hate police chases. Any good cop hates a police chase. Because sooner or later, you're going to chase somebody, and some little old lady's going to pull out right in front of you and put a wet spot right on your seat. It's going to happen. You know? Like you drive a truck. What are you driving? Craig, what are you driving?
A Magnum.
A Magnum. It's a good car. What are you driving?
F-250.
An F-250. Is that your pickup line? Hi, honey, I drive an F-250. I've also got a 150. Gonna change my oil. Dipstick's ready. You're turning red, son. I'm kidding. What are you laughing about, gorgeous? What do you drive? Prius? No? What are you driving? The questions get harder. Are you okay? Here, this will force you back into it. That's the new Johnager diet plan. I send you a picture every month of me with less clothing on. You post it on your refrigerator every day. You go get something, you look at it, oh, Christ, no. What do you drive? A Nissan. So when a cop is going up there, you know sooner or later some little old lady in a Nissan is going to pull right out in front of you. So I don't like car chases. I'm sitting there doing paperwork. Up pulls a 1967 candy apple red Chevy Super Sport. Right next to it, a 67 Chevy Nova, bright yellow. And they're both gunning the engine and looking at each other. And I'm sitting there doing paperwork going, you gotta be freaking good. Hello, guys. Guys. And they're both looking at each other. And everybody starts lining up behind them. And they're doing the old tennis match. They're looking at them and then looking at me. And then looking at them and looking at me. And I'm trying to hide because I don't want to go. I want to be chasing. They're both gunning the engines. All of a sudden, the light turns green. They take off like cats shot in the ass. And the rest of the lines wait there and look at me. You gonna go? We're waiting here. Just go ahead. Go get him. Oh, go ahead. Son of a bitch! I start the car, I hit the lights and siren, I go out of there. I'm heading up the road at 90 miles an hour. Up 309 toward Hersheyland. Now what people don't know is when you're in a car that has a siren, when you reach a speed of 56, you are now overriding your siren. So when you pull up behind people and they're looking forward, they don't hear you until you're right on their ass. And what's the first reaction? They hit the brakes. And that's what they did. Now I'm sliding sideways up 309 at 90 miles an hour. Swearing to everybody. Because I know if I hit these bastards in the ass, then I'm going to be in trouble. I finally get straightened out. They both pull over into Hershey Lamp Company. Now I'm pissed. I got two cars pulled over. I stop behind them. I get out and I walk up to the window and I say to the first guy, license, insurance, and registration, please. But it came out, give me your fucking papers, I'll kill you right here! A little stressed. I get the second set of papers the same way. I then walk toward my car and I announce at the top of my lungs, if anybody moves, I will kill you here. So the guy coming out of Hershey Lamp Company, I had to pay for his dry cleaning. He shit himself right there. I check them both out, I come back, and I wave them out of the car. Get out here. They both come out. I say, you two are idiots. You have pissed me off to no end. And they both go, yeah, we know. Drag racing isn't smart. I said, no! No! You're the dumbest ass drag racers I've ever seen in my life. Both of you pull over! One of you couldn't make a left turn! can't go to the record. You're morons. And I'm giving you paperwork for Moronica. Stop for drag racing. Oh my God. I'm a lawyer. Every cop or ex-cop is. It's not that I look for it, it's just if I see it, it's cool. We got a call, there was a, I don't know what it's called, but there was a car dealer down on North Broad ready to turn in. It's on the left. And they were getting burglarized a lot. So I decided, we got a call, so me and my partner, we decided we were going to low crawl. I was in good shape then, I was low. So low crawl now, be sort of like moving like this, I think. So we're low crawling up, and we hear voices. And we find a young man laying on his back on a blanket, naked. And his girlfriend is laying on top of him, but sort of not facing him. Sort of. So my partner low crawls up to the guy's face, where her hoo-ha is right here. And he hits him with a flashlight and says, "Excuse me, sir, can I see something on the head?" At this point in time, I can't help him because I'm on my back laughing my ass off. This guy goes to push her off. She thinks he's getting into it, and she goes back on. We finally separated the two of them with a crowbar. And they're getting dressed. You have to separate them and ask them, is somebody in trouble here? You know, you have to ask them that. It didn't look like anybody was in trouble. If you don't understand this, Justin, just have your mom and dad explain it to you. I know you do, but it'd be fun as hell to watch them squirm. Two people are in love. That's not love, Mom. That's lust. So and my partner and I, and we have to shine flashlights on their clothing to make sure they're not picking up a weapon. But while you're shining it on the clothing, it's nothing really bad to shine it on the body at the same time. And he says, "Hey, can we have some privacy?" It's in the middle of the field, in the middle of the Lansdale. Up you go. It gets bad. Cops, I had a lot of fun when I was a cop. So. I have to work out now. I've been maintaining my weight. I've been losing, I've lost quite a bit in the last 7 years, but I have a lot to go. So I'd like to take a walk around the marina. Now the marina in Sparks, Nevada, basically, one year, this big sand pit flooded. So they decided instead of pumping out the water, they'll just put houses around it and make it in a marina. Sparks. So it's a big circle, you just walk, it's pretty fun. So I go to walk, and these two young guys come walking up toward me, and it looks like they're intent, they're coming after me. But they're wearing ties. So I was kind of frightened. Like what kind of burglar or robber dresses up? You know? They finally come up to me, and one guy looks at me and says, "Do you know where you're going, sir?" It's a marina, it's pretty much a circle. Back here in about an hour. "No, sir." "Have you found Jesus?" "Is he missing?" I thought he was omnipotent. I thought he would know where he was. "Jesus is missing? Should we organize a search party?" I start yelling, "Hey, we need a search party for Jesus!" So now the second one is sitting on a bench crying. This is not going to go anywhere. So I sat down and they said, "Well, you know, everything is in the Bible." I said, "You ever been to a car accident? 13 people with 13 different ideas of what happened to the car accident?" "Yeah, that's why I don't believe everything, I'm sorry." Not everything I read. Oh, yeah. It gets bad out there. What else is happening in the world? What? You all right back there? So, Justin, you're starting to be an EMT? Oh, that's good. Because if I see you coming toward me to get mouth to mouth, I'm getting up. But someday you may be like this. F you. Got out of the shower this morning, bent over, the water fell out, and I drowned a dog. I like my belly button deep. That way I can put salt in it and dip radishes and carrots. Oh, shut up. Jesus. I can't reach certain areas of my body. But it is, working out is not good. I was just going to a thought and I just totally lost my thought. Where do you go from here? That's the other part.
The old folks home.
The old folks home. Yeah, my brain to mouth filter is gone too. That's why I don't like summertime. Because when you're driving down the road, you're supposed to be in Reno because they all got guns. You know, you're driving down the road and familiar phrases come out of my mouth. They came from my brain, but nothing stopped them. You know, like, the gas is on the right, asshole! Goes up at 357. Ooh, shit. So, how many people are afraid of flying? Clap your hands. Anybody afraid of flying? Oh, yeah? Not me. I came out here. I'm afraid of those assholes that get you on the plane. You're going into a place called a terminal. Does that scare the hell out of anybody else? Or is it just me? I walk up, what's the first question they ask? Do you have any bags you're not aware of? I don't know. That's why we're here, sir. Then they have the gall to ask me, did you pack your own bags? No, my butler, Ahmad Rahim did. And disregard the 7 alarm clocks, you asshole. Now I go to get up on the plane. They search you now. I don't fit in the x-ray machine. I like it that way. Because I haven't been touched like that in years. Me and him are having dinner tomorrow night. And the women are worse. Oh yeah, they wind up. They go, you got anything there? Not now. You scared it out the back. I'm going to have to run my thumb up my ass and yell, snake, to get it back out front again. So I go to get up there, and then, they search me and all, and he says, you're going to have to take off your shoes. Why? Might be a bomb in them. I won't be able to reach it. You still have to take off your shoes. You got somebody who can put them back on for me? I told you I can't reach them. So I walk on the plane barefoot. Little old lady standing next to the row. She says, you want to sit next to the window? I said, why? She says, I don't want the wind to mess up my hair. Can I have another plane, please? I like to get the extra row. The extra row is made for bigger people. There's rules on the extra row. First of all, you must be 14 years of age or older, and in case of an emergency, you must be ready, willing, and able to unlock the door, open it up, take it off the hinges, send it to the side, and help people through. Bullshit. I'm hitting the door like John Runyon. Follow me! And your second line, you're going to have a hell of a soft landing right here. But I tell you about seat cushions. Flotation devices. I fly between Reno, Nevada and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. There ain't a whole hell of a lot of water in there.